So this is an art studio. You come in, you paint, you relax, you drink lots of wine, if you're of age. And it's just so much fun. 90% of the people that come in have never painted before, and that's been my big goal. I think I have a few goals, but one of them is just to make my audience, people realize that you don't have to know how to paint to come and relax and release this, relaxation through art and painting. So I teach you step by step how to paint. Super easy. I'm gonna give you all of my secrets. Please don't take my job from me. This is the easy part.
What?
You got it. It looks good.
Oh wow, that is looks better than mine.
The Stormtrooper has been like such a big seller.
Petrus, es reicht. Es reicht. Da hätte ich auch in Deutschland bleiben können bei dem Wetter. Ich wollte Sonne, 30 Grad. Was ist denn das? So.
Okay, now this is very important. Don't mess this up. All you gotta do is dip your paintbrush in your black paint. Not the blue, not the white, the black. Go, yay, you did it! Yeah, okay, we're off to a good start. Now you ready? This is the first thing we're gonna do. Oh my gosh. Okay, watch very closely.
Oh, it looks so easy if you do it. Alright.
Oh, so you need to fill in this whole spot. Now look at this. You see where its shoulder is?
Yes.
The Stormtrooper of Troopers, his shoulder is right here. So you see how it kind of leans to the left? To the right. It leans to the right.
Yeah.
I'm already setting you up for failure. I said left. Okay, it leans to the right and then comes straight down.
Ich will die Kurve hinkriegen.
Yep, and then you're just going to trace the outside of the Stormtrooper with black, and then you're going to fill this whole area in. When I first started, I got my first easel when I was 4, and then I took art classes growing up. But if you would look at my art, when I was 17 versus today, completely different. Anytime you do something every day for your whole, 27 years of life or whatever it may be, you're gonna get better. You're gonna learn different ways to approach different things, and it's like a puzzle. I think that's why I love it so much, is there's no permanent answer on how to draw someone's face or, do certain things. When I went to college, I learned a lot of different techniques on how to solve these problems, if you may. But it's definitely something you can learn. Natural talent will put you above everyone else completely. But that's in anything, If you're naturally good at soccer, football, programming, if you have that mindset already, you're going to exceed expectations faster. And passion always ranks #1 when you're doing something like this. Nice, you guys! I've never seen someone paint black so well.
Ja. Das höre ich oft.
Nice. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. Paint the sides too at the top. The sides and the top. We're gonna extend the painting over. So we want to paint the sides. I would bring this line in even a little bit more right here. Okay. A little bit more, and you're set. This looks fabulous. Love it. Yeah, girl, you got it. That looks awesome. Yep, and just fill in all the black spots. So the eyes, the headband. We're gonna call it a headband.
Ich hab die ganze Zeit Lust, mit Sascha zu schwufen.
Oh man, I'm trying. I need to I know, I need to.
Ich muss echt sagen, mein Stormtrooper hat eine relativ schmale Stirn irgendwie. Ich glaube,
very, very good.
Da müsste noch ein... Seht ihr das? Das ist, ja. Aber ich bin der Schnellste, ne? Wie im Schlafzimmer, ne? Machen wir als erster fertig. Wow! Kannst gar nicht drüber lachen, wa?
Nee, das ist nett.
Ja, Sascha, und was hast du in der Zeit gemacht, als ich hier schon komplett fertig bin?
Wie man sehen kann, habe ich die unterschiedlichen Farbtöne und die Schattierung ausgearbeitet, um eine bestimmte Stimmung zu erzeugen.
So, das ist so, yummy, yummy.
Hold on, why does it look so shitty?
I'm trying.
Rechtfertige dich, Michelle.
Sandwich compliment. Sandwich compliment.
Du bist hübsch.
I wish I knew what he said. You're pretty. If you want to start, if this is something that you're like, this is something I want to, kind of get into a little bit, start with drawing. Always start with sketching. Sketch every day. Buy a sketchbook. Go and buy your HB pencils. And and draw what you see, draw what you love, draw your cats, your puppies, your trees, you know, whatever's around your visual parameter right now, draw it, because sketching's number one. Whenever I start my classes, I have my beginner classes, I teach sketching first, drawing first, and then we move into painting. If you want to get into painting, use acrylics first. They dry within minutes. You can push through hurdles faster because you don't have that long waiting period. Love it. Looking great, looking great. But I think that okay, so the biggest thing when you're doing art, we're going to take a step back, is you never want to see just like a straight line. You know, you want it to kind of blend. You want to see that shadow and those highlights. So take your finger, dip it in the water. We finger paint here. I have a story about that too. But take your finger, you can just do small circles and smudge it. Make it look more natural. You know what I mean? You don't want just that straight line. Smudge to the left, smudge to the right. Break it down. You got it. Woo! Look at that! Finger painting. He was being a little...
Painte mal weiter, ich komme mal näher.
What?
No, I just saying, just keep on painting. Ich habe deine Hand und das Bild nur, ne?
Nice, that's looking good. That looks really good.
Hier, ich habe hier, seht ihr die Highlights hier, die ich überall reingemacht? Da oben auch. Schaut mal hier, das war alles ich. So, schaut mal. Yummy. Wow.
Whoa!
Was ist das denn? Hat er irgendwie Ausschlag oder was?
Is it too much white?
Okay, loving the white. Sandwich compliment.
That's a
Loving
sandwich,
the
right?
Oh,
We were just talking about how people in the United States love to compliment people. So if I was in Germany, I'd be like, ooh, ooh. No, I'm just joking. This looks beautiful. This looks beautiful.
No.
All you want to do is smudge it out a little bit. So adding in some grays, take your finger, kind of go back in with the black. We finger paint, we love it. We embrace finger painting here. Step number 3, blow drying. You know what's funny? I tell men to go over, I'm like, go blow dry your paintings, and they come over and they're like, how do I work this thing? Because they don't ever blow dry their hair. Woo! I love it. I love it.
Show me.
It's so funny. I'm from Nebraska, which is in the exact middle of the United States. I was blessed enough to have art classes all week. Like, we would take art all of the time. In Florida, I've noticed that it's not as big of a priority, which breaks my artistic heart because I think it's so important. Just to give you an example, ever since I started this as a full career 3 years ago, I have never, ever been stressed. I've never enjoyed a day. I've never not want to come to work. It's such a relaxing hobby job to have. It just releases endorphins that you don't get through different things, just like sports do for people too. It's very, very important. It's just another thing that I think people need to involve in their lives, any creative aspect, whether it be digital art, painting, drawing, creative writing, something that uses that side of your brain that pushes you. It's always good to be pushed. It's always good to try something new and expand different areas that you don't normally necessarily think about expanding. So I think it's just as important as sports, history, English. It's a creative outlet that people need in their lives, definitely, 100%. So.
Von hier sieht das richtig gut aus, Sascha.
Aha.
Kann ich gar nicht glauben. Sascha, kann ich gar nicht glauben.
So what you're gonna do?
Das hat Sascha zum ersten Mal besser gemacht als ich. Das sieht sehr viel besser aus. Bei mir, bei mir ist halt ein bisschen Dreck mit reingekommen, was soll ich sagen? So, okay, also hier, ja?
Okay,
Next.
yeah. So you can do same thing, blend it down. So what you're gonna do, you can even start with the darker blue. You're gonna do a few strokes like this, going down at an angle.
I'll take yours.
Oh, sharing's caring. Run down. That's okay. Yeah, look at that. You're already a pro. And then you're gonna do a few of the regular blue. Maybe I'll open like a franchise over there. KT Artistry, Paint and Sip. And the kids are, they can be bringing their juice boxes, milkshakes. We'll paint all day. Stormtroopers. You can make like a viewing party. We'll watch the Stormtrooper movie.
Ja, ich bin fast fertig. Sie will jetzt noch hier, dass ich irgendwas ändere. Ich finde, das ist perfekt.
Perfecto.
Guck mal hier sieht man die Schulter so und ich war mit diesem Teil, das fand ich am schwersten, damit war ich nicht so zufrieden, aber da hat Katie so ein bisschen weiß reingeschmiert, ja, so geschmiert.
$500, 1,000, 2,000?
Ja.
You can write him a check.
Ihr habt Katie gehört. 2.000 € seid ihr dabei. Kriegt ihr nicht, kommt in mein neues Büro. So, Hammer Work, ne? Aber ich finde auch Sascha hat es gut gemacht. Sascha, komm mal her. Ich finde, das hat er gut gemacht. Also, der Rest ist natürlich, aber... Ja.
Online viewership is huge. Oh my gosh, so huge. You know this, you're a YouTube interviewer. Oh. I have a website, yeah. I do Facebook, Instagram, things like that. KT Artistry Paints is my website. Facebook/Caitlin Embury Art, and then the same for Instagram. It's so big. I sell most of my work off my Facebook, which links them to my website, which tells my story. I want people to be along for the journey. I don't want them just to buy my art because they like it. I want them to understand why I paint it. There's a story within everything I do, every piece I've done. Now, Facebook, I've noticed this, if you just make statuses or if you just do pictures, you get a lull. So doing viewership through videos and different things like that has helped me personally a lot build my viewership on my Facebook and my Instagram and my website. I've started making time-lapse videos of my mural work, which to me, like, I do it all the time, so I don't think it's a big deal, but to other people, they're like, that's how you do that? That's cool. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'll do that more then. I had no idea. So I'm trying to venture out and let people see what it's like to be an artist, what it entails the day-to-day versus the year, you know, the goals, the lifestyle. It's crazy. But yeah, it's very important. This is cool. I need to go and this is actually, YouTube is something I was considering doing in the next big step.
Das ist halt wirklich gut. Schau dir, diese Riffels habe ich gerade noch gemacht. Je näher man rankommt, desto schmutziger und unschöner wird es. Aber je mehr man weggeht, desto schöner sieht es aus. Das ist wie mit Luke. Ja. Bitte?
So heißt der Dirk Trooper.
Du bist der Dirk Trooper. Das können wir morgen, wenn wir jetzt morgen gucken wir Dallas Mavericks und da spielt Dirk Nowitzki, nennen wir ihn auch den Dirk Trooper. So, schau mal.
I was recording. What was that noise again, please? Yep.
Also wenn man vom Nahen das sieht, sieht das echt nicht so schön aus, ne? So ein bisschen gerade auch hier das Ding.
English is good from far, far from good.
Diese Pause war gewollt. Ja, Sascha hat das auch gut gemacht, nicht so gut wie ich, aber gut.
Das denke ich auch.
Das war jetzt das Sandwich wieder, ne?
Ja.
Ja. So,
I like you, but not your shirt, but the rest.
Ja, ihr Lieben, schaut mal hier. Das war Katie. Ja. Sie kann einfach ihre Finger nicht von mir lassen. Wenn ihr versteht, was ich meine, ja? Ich habe diesen Einfluss auf Frauen, was soll ich denn sagen, ne? Aber ist trotzdem ein bisschen eklig. So, danke, dass ihr, ja, ich mache jetzt mal den Peter lustig, ne? Ihr wisst das ja. Jetzt mal das Internet abschalten und mal rausgehen, ihr Lieben, auch wenn das Wetter bei euch scheiße ist. Das hat Peter Lustig früher schon gesagt, ich sag das auch. Schaltet mal das Internet ab und zockt was Schönes. Draußen oder drin, wie ihr wollt.
Getting rid of the nerves is such a big thing. You know, I first bring them their glass of wine, calm down, we'll talk about life, and then I start with the basics. It's very easy. You'll see, it's so easy. Luke can attest to this. We put the paint down and then you put the next color down. Anyone can take their paintbrush, dip it in some red and put right on their canvas. The next part is blending. You know, there's a style to the teaching that I do, very, very step by step. So I'll teach you the first technique, taking the paintbrush and dipping it in the color. Woo! Everyone can do that. Blending next, adding water and going in between the two colors. And then just starting to understand things. I use clock method, which the hands on a clock. You know, I'll be like, I want this. Angles are hard for people. So I'll be like, go at an angle where that matches 2 o'clock on a clock. Does that make sense? So if I have a clock and the handle is facing 2 o'clock, this is your angle. So if I'm trying to get them to draw a house, a roof, I'm like, do a 2 o'clock angle. So the hand goes to 2 o'clock, you're gonna draw a line that's gonna be at this angle. So there's just different things like that that get people comfortable. Whenever, I'm gonna tell you my secret, you can't tell anyone else, just kidding, everyone's gonna know now. I always do sandwich compliments. So I'll go over and I'll be like, oh my gosh, your sky is so beautiful. now this hand, we might need to work on it a little bit. And, you know, I'll come over and I'll teach them, and then I'll walk away and I'll be like, you know what, you're doing a really good job. I'm so happy you're here. Oh, yeah, like the regular, I love that thing. It's so nice.
Fertig, ihr Lieben. Was sagt ihr? Ich habe sogar mein Initial unten eingeritzt. Ja, ich habe einfach so. Das ist mein Stormtrooper. Ja, die Frauen können einfach nicht den Mund halten. Ihr kennt das. Sie reden einfach weiter, während wir hier eine Aufnahme machen. Die sind einfach unhöflich, die Frauen. Ja, wenn ich den ganzen Tag Backstreet Boys hören würde, wäre ich. Hi.
Gotta let it go.
Ja, wie findet ihr es, liebe Community? Ihr könnt es jetzt für keinen wohltätigen Zweck auf eBay ersteigern, weil das Geld reiße ich mir unter den Nagel. Falls das nicht für mindestens 1.000 Euro rausgeht, werde ich es mir einfach in mein neues Office hängen. Die Frage ist nur, wie kriege ich das im Koffer vernünftig nach Hause? Weil es dauert ja 6 Monate, bis es trocknet, haben wir ja gehört. Ne? 6 months, you know?
I don't know what he's saying. What did they say?
Die lästern. Ja, ihr Lieben, ich würde sagen, das war der...
2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes.
Talk
Do
to
you
my
even
head.
listen?
Talk to my
Oh.
Das war der erste Tag hier aus Orlando, Florida, mit Katie, die mich, glaube ich, gleich mit Farbe bewerfen will. Es war sehr, sehr schön, es hat Spaß gemacht. Sie ist ein bisschen angry. Ja, es ist überraschend gut geworden. Es war echt toll. Ich würde gerne noch mal rauskriegen, was das wohl gekostet hat den ganzen Tag. Hat sie das umsonst gemacht? Wahrscheinlich nicht, ne? Was kostet das so einen ganzen Tag für uns 3, Sascha? Nur mal so, um einen Richtwert zu haben.
Ich glaube, 35... What do we pay, actually?
Per person, $35 for the regular 16 by 20 canvas, and then for the small kids canvases, $25, and then there's a camp that goes along with it too for the kids. That's weekly as well. So, and then the wood signs are $35.
$35, das finde ich ein super Preis. It's a good price.
Yeah.
I lied. $35 dafür, dass man hier einen Malkurs kriegt, irgendwie so ein schönes Bild mit nach Hause nehmen kann, auf Leinwand. Das ist schon eine coole Sache, das ist eine schöne Erinnerung, hat mega Spaß gemacht. Vielen Dank an Katie, vielen Dank an Sascha für die Idee. Und ja, das war es noch nicht für heute. Wir werden noch andere tolle Sachen machen, wie Bier testen und mit Luki, der sich gerade hinter der Dings versteckt. Ich weiß auch nicht, warum er das macht. Aber wir werden in den nächsten Tagen die neuen Funko-Pop-Figuren auspacken. Es gibt nämlich die neuen Star Wars Last Jedi-Figuren. Wir haben viel vor. Das war Tag 1. Danke, dass ihr zugeschaut habt. Und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao, ciao. Schau aus Florida.
It's all about the bumps in your heart.